What's going on, everyone? Bender here with our second Flash general programming tutorial. In last tutorial, we went over basic math operators like adding, subtracting, division, multiplication, and even slightly went into an advanced one, power and square root. But today what we're going to be going into is variables. Variables is a key part of Flash programming. If you can't keep a variable, well, Flash would fall apart. Well, at least the programming. And to put simple what a variable is basically a placeholder, well, for any variable type, a string, number, a Boolean, we'll go over that later. And to define a variable, we can either just type in, var, or we can just type in our variable name. But we're going to go ahead and use var, so we're going to type in var. My x is the name of the variable. Now we can either just say equals and then tell it what to equals, or we can be specific and tell it what type to make it. We're going to go ahead and make ours a number. And let's just set that equal to 10. Now let's do the same and call this one my y. And set that equal to 20. Alright, so now we have our two numbers, and we're going to go and create one more variable, and we're just going to call it total. We're going to also give it the type of number and set it to equal to my x plus my y. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do our standard little trace operation and trace total. So now we can test it, and yes, we get 30 up here in the output. So another thing we can do, another variable type we can do is something called a Boolean. And the Boolean is a variable that is literally true or false. So we can call it, say, is true Boolean, and set that. Let's just set that equal to false. And then let's go ahead and trace is true. We test it, we get false. Now, an interesting thing with Booleans is you can simply just add an exclamation mark to the beginning. An exclamation mark is another way to tell Flash meaning not. So we want to trace not what is true. And if is true is equal to false, not false is true. So if we test it, we should get true. There we go. Our next one is a string variable, and a string is literally just a string of text. In order to make a string, you have to put it within quotation marks. You can either do single quotes or double quotes. I'm just going to go ahead and do double for now. I'll show you what the use of single quotes would be later. So if we could just go ahead and type in our string, let's just say Bender is great. And we go ahead and just type in, remove the exclamation mark since it's now a string. And we go ahead and test it. Bender is great. Wow, thank you, Flash. And there's all other types of ones that we could go into. There's array, there's object. But as of for right now, those are our basic variable types, which are number, which can equal any number. It could even be negative. We can test that is true. You get negative 20. And we could just say is true plus 10, and we get negative 10. Then we have Boolean, which is a true or false variable. And then we have our string variable, which is just a string of text. And I had a syntax error somewhere. Oh, forgot the equals. Yeah, just a string of text. And I'll go and tell you that the reason you would want to use single or double quotes is basically all etiquette is basically what you want to use within the string. So let's say I wanted let's say I wanted to use a quotation mark within my quote. Like let's say Bender said, let there be a tutorial. And I quote again. Well, as you can see, let there be a tutorial. What should be quoted in B as the string is now as if it was just a random set of text. So what you can do is surround it with single quotes and then say, Bender said, let's make a great tutorial. And with that, what it is the initial string will only close with the same mark it was used to create with. So since we use a single quote, it will only open or close, in our case, with another single quote. And of course, there is a way you can actually use double quotes within a double quoted string. So let's say, Bender said, now we can type in /, then another quote, hi, oh whoops, actually I think it's /. Hi, there we go, yep, /, another quote. And as you can see, that will work. The / will cancel any operators that will work within a string, like our quotes. But as you can see, it kind of looks icky and clumped. So, and if we test it, it still works. But it is much easier just to use a single quote. Take out these /, and it still says Bender said hi. So that's basically all for right now. You need to know about the string and variable. So yeah, this has been Bender. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next programming tutorial.